Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 10 things that I like about Kenya. Now, I'm going to be speaking slow so everyone can understand what I'm saying about Kenya, because if you haven't been to Kenya as yet, you definitely should take a trip to Kenya. It's a beautiful place, but we'll talk about that another day. Today, I'm just going to tell you about the 10 things that I like about Kenya. I'm going to be doing from 1 to 10, with 10 being my favorite. So stay tuned to the end so you can hear what is or what was my favorite thing that I like about Kenya. Number 1 is how friendly the people are. Traveling to East Africa is a long trip if you're coming from the US. And once you get there and you get close to the terminal and you see someone, you just have that vibe that, hey, these people are really cool and your trip is going to be fun. Then you go inside the terminal to go to immigration, and there's no stress or anything about it. Everyone is helpful. And after that, you go through customs, same thing. People are really friendly. You go outside, the taxi drivers are real helpful and friendly. If they tell you it costs 10 and you say 5, you're good to go. So it's a pretty easy process once you get to that airport, because everyone is so helpful and friendly. Number 2 is the cost of living. Now, for those of you who know me, you will know that I don't have money like that, but I tried and I made a lot of sacrifices to make that trip to Kenya happen. So I'm not someone who has a lot of money. I just planned and saved, and I wasn't buying a lot of things or wasting any money. I wasn't eating out. I basically made a lot of sacrifice, like I said, to make that trip. It's a long trip from the US, and for me, the ticket was pretty expensive. Might be cheap for others, but as an average guy like me, it was pretty expensive. But Kenya was really cheap. I was so surprised at the cost of living there. I mean, the prices that I pay in the US is almost 6 to 10 times higher what I paid for in Kenya, starting with the Airbnb, going to the supermarket, getting an Uber, and just basically going around Nairobi. It was really cheap. So number 2 is cost of living. Number 3 is Karura Forest. At Karura Forest, I wanted to see the waterfall. Now, when you get there, you can rent a bike bicycle if you want to ride to the waterfall. I wanted the cardio, so I actually walked there, and there was so many people at that fall. But getting to that fall, walking there, it didn't take that long. You don't have to be super fit to walk from the entrance to the waterfall. Now, at Karua Forest, they have tennis courts and other things. But my favorite two were seeing the waterfall and going to the tennis courts. I have a little knowledge about tennis, and I wanted to see what the tennis courts in Kenya were like. And they were dirt courts and clay courts, not dirt courts, clay courts, and they were really nice. 4 on my list are the beaches in Mombasa. Now, I stayed in Nairobi, and you can actually catch a train. It's 6 hours to Mombasa. The beaches there remind me a lot of the Caribbean. They're snow white, and the water is so pretty. You definitely have to visit Mombasa if you go to Kenya. Number 5 on my list is the matatu culture. So matatu is a bus, and the first time I went on a matatu, the music was so loud. When I say loud, not just loud, like you're at a dance or party or something, and it was like really loud. The good thing about it is that they were mainly playing reggae music from Jamaica, and being an Antiguan, I understand the Jamaican culture and how they speak with their slangs and patois or dialect, whatever you want to call it. I can understand a Jamaican even though I'm not a Jamaican. So that saved me. But the music was so loud. I saw kids on there, and the moms were putting stuff in their ears and stuff like that. It was loud, but it actually reminded me of being at a carnival. When I was at a carnival, it's the kind of vibes you get there. The music is loud, everyone is just having fun. I didn't hear anyone complain or look like the music was bothering them. Everyone was just having fun. You couldn't really talk to anyone on that bus because it was so loud. You just got to sit there and enjoy the music. So yeah, you definitely want to catch a matatu. A bus is like really cheap. I mean, you can go miles and miles, and you're paying like 50 cents to go a long way on a bus there. Number 6 on my list is going to the malls. The malls there are pretty. They're well designed, and I remember going to Three Rivers and China Square. I went to a lot of them, and I'll put a list of the malls that I went to. But Three Rivers, China Square, and I went to almost all the malls while I was there. And I will put them in writing on the list so you will see where I went to. But I did enjoy the malls when I was there. Number 7 on my list is when I went to the stadium. I think it's called Nyo Stadium. I stayed in South Sea by the Next Gen Mall. So Nyo Stadium is not that far away from where I was staying. I went there to watch a football game. Of course, football game, not, I guess if you're an American you say soccer, but we call it football in Africa and the Caribbean where I'm from. It's called football. And nice stadium. Again, I'm all about the vibes. The vibes of the people and the atmosphere was really, really impressive. I enjoyed the game when I was there, and I definitely will go back to watch another game at Nyo Stadium. Number 8 on my list is M-Pesa. The M stands for mobile, and Pesa, P-E-S-A, is money. So mobile money. When I went there, I went to the mall and I went to a place called Safaricom. So I paid to set up my phone and I got a Kenyan number, and you download M-Pesa, the app, on your phone. And once you have M-Pesa, there's no need for you to carry around cash or any kind of money with you. Everywhere you go, 100% of the people there will take M-Pesa. So that's the reason why I like M-Pesa. There's no need for you to be walking around with any kind of money on you. So you feel safe walking around knowing that you can just boom, put in the person's number and pay them. And not saying that it's not safe there, that you shouldn't walk with money. You can walk with money, but I'm just saying that you don't really need to have cash on you, all because of M-Pesa. Number 9, and I just mentioned that, is how safe it is in Kenya. Man, I caught the bus and I walked everywhere downtown. Like, I went to Moy Avenue. I went to a lot of other places. I will, again, put the names of a lot of the markets and places that I walked to. I went to Carrefour, Naivas, and a lot of other places, and no one bothered me. I went to this place to eat. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the name. And no one bothers anyone there. They just look at you. You know, I'm 6'3". A Kenyan will know that you're not a Kenyan. You don't even need to talk, just the way you walk. And I don't know, this maybe how do you smell or whatever. But a Kenyan will know that this guy or this person is not a Kenyan. So they knew I wasn't a Kenyan and no one bothered me. And I did lots and lots of walking there. And not once did someone try to rob me, or other than like saying hi and stuff like that, no one really bothered me. So number 9 on my list, again, is how safe it is. Feel free to walk around and go anywhere in Kenya knowing that it's pretty safe. Okay, sorry for smiling, but number 10 is my favorite. And that's the size of the woman that I saw there, the size of the Nash. Not the body size, the size of the Nash. For those of you who know what Nash means, then you would know what I'm talking about. When I went downtown, I'm walking around, it's insane. I mean, I'm a guy, so I do look at women, and the Nash was at another level. It's like, never seen anything like what I'm seeing or what I saw when I was there. It was at another level. Now, I do know that there are different tribes there. So a lot of the time when I see a female with a Nash, I kind of break it down to two tribes when I see them. And then I can look at their face and know which one they are. I'm not going to say which two, because I know there are different tribes that watch my videos, so I'm not going to say which two, but those two tribes definitely stand out when it comes to Nash. That was my top 10 things that I personally liked and still do like about Kenya. Now, there were lots of other things that I did like about Kenya, and I had to pick 10, and those are the 10 that I picked. But if you have a question about other things about Kenya, you feel free to ask me in the comments and I will definitely respond. Now, the other thing is, I might mention a word, like maybe I said Karura Forest, maybe it's not Karura Forest, maybe it's something else. If I pronounce a word wrong, please correct me. Please do so in the comments. And thank you for watching my top 10 things that I like about Kenya. If you do like this video, please like, share, and subscribe.